If your business is stuck at 10 to 50K a month and you're trying to break into six figures, this video is going to help you get there. I know exactly what it feels like. A few years ago, I was in the same spot, unsure of what to fix, what to focus on, or how to break into that next tier. Once I got the right strategy, I scaled from 10K a month to over 4 million in 18 months. And it showed me that you're always one move or one piece of advice away from your next level. Today, I'm doing the same thing for a friend who runs an offline business. You're about to watch me turn it into a 30K a month online coaching offer step by step. And the problems we fix in this business are the same ones entrepreneurs hit when they're stuck at 10 to 50K a month. We'll cover how to define a profitable avatar, build and price a high ticket offer, and package everything in a simple launch plan that you could go live with within a week. So let's jump right in.
Model. I have one studio LA, that's my physical location. Yeah. Right now, the only thing we have is the one-on-one in person. Okay. Obviously, with this, I get to tailor for every single client. This is what's already over leveraged, meaning I'm already putting in 40, 50 hour weeks. And that's the only current system that we have available. Yeah. So we're in this new mentorship program now to create the opportunity for 1, 2, and 3, which is hybrid one-on-one coaching, which is half in person, half online, leveraging systems. It's still highly tailored because you get to see me in person, but it's not as tailored, obviously, as seeing me every single time for every single session. So perhaps with this, if someone sees me twice a week, all they're getting is twice a week. But with hybrid, they can see me once a week, but also get three extra days of programming from me. Yeah, everything is highly accountable through the system at this point. And then I have online coaching, which is a high ticket offer. So the online coaching high ticket offer is like a 3-month minimum program you come into. It's all app based. It's 3 30-minute Zoom calls that you get with me per month, and it's intermediately tailored. But I can very rarely provide the service that I'm providing in my one-on-one in person. So this is going to be a very specific section of the work that I do. For instance, people that are coming in for pain or resolution of pain and need someone to evaluate them and refer them to the right person or work with them directly of what they're dealing with in this current moment can't be available, obviously, with this.
Okay.
So this is going to be mostly geared towards what we have right now is men 30 plus looking for pain-free performance. So this is going to be more of like a strength training, lifestyle, integration-like service essentially here. It's not going to include the pain management, the rehab, and all that jazz. And then there's the online training low ticket offer, which is essentially just subscribing to someone giving you workouts to go do without any of the modification. Lowest barrier of entry, something that, let's say I might use all the programs that I'm using in my hybrid and my online coaching that are already preset, but I'm not making any modifications to the person. It's just running, and it's based off of the subscription that you're paying. Okay? And that's essentially right now as far as the coaching services go.
So that's what you're thinking. That's the goal to, like, today we're here, and let's say within the next 6 months to introduce these things.
That would be, yeah, on the coaching side.
Okay.
Outside of this, perhaps I should do this. And this is going to be EDU, and I want to say this is the podcast.
When you say EDU, you mean education?
Education, correct. So the EDU department's going to have education and eventually mentorship program.
Okay. So let me ask you a question.
Yes.
What is the goal? What is your goal? What is your ideal lifestyle? If 12 months from now you could live the perfect life in terms of like the way your work complements your lifestyle, give me a visual of that.
So I don't think I've even spent time thinking about that, honestly, bro, because I've been so focused on this. So if I'm being very transparent, I don't even know how I can draw out my perfect day right now. All I know is there are things that I want to accomplish to provide me the lifestyle of fulfillment. That's my number one goal, is feeling fulfillment from what it is that I'm doing. And my fulfillment comes in many different ways. It's being able to help people, number one. It's being able to provide them value that they're not going to receive anywhere else, because I know what I could bring to the table and what I have brought to the table for people in person. But also, it's continuously learning and upping my game and upping my level. So it's this funnel that I'm constantly learning, I'm upping my game, In that time, I'm helping people in person if they want my time in person, but I'm also utilizing my knowledge that I currently have to systemize it and to provide a piece of me, essentially, or a piece of my thought process and mindset to a greater number of people that I otherwise wouldn't be able to in a one-on-one setting. I think if I can accomplish a system that allows me to play with these things, I will begin creating a lifestyle for myself or visualizing a lifestyle for myself that I'm happy with.
I think that it's important for us to visualize that lifestyle before we even get there, because that's going to dictate the sustainability of all of this. So if you're just building without an end goal, you're just building in the dark. You need to know where you're going with this to be able to structure everything to lead to that. So right now, we're here, great, one-on-one in person, but we don't want to be, and right now, you're a very small team, so there's very limited energy and resources and time that you have. So
Yeah.
right now, we need to be extremely strategic about the things we focus on to put the least amount of effort while getting the highest results.
Correct.
And we all to be able to build the ideal life outcome and lifestyle for you, we need to align you with the things that you enjoy the most.
Correct.
So when I ask you of like, okay, what is the goal? Okay, it helps a lot to understand the goal is to help people, it's to provide value, it's to learn and keep improving. But like, for example, that means you need time to dedicate to yourself to learning and improving.
Correct.
So you need some free time.
Correct.
You're gonna need free time to do other things like explore new things in the business. You're gonna need time to create content to provide value at scale. You're gonna need time to understand what are more things you can do to help people. So the way I look at things is we need to be extremely strategic about the time that you're dedicating to the one-on-one stuff and building a new offer and product to get the most out of the remaining time out of your day. So having a better idea of your goals now, the next thing I would ask you is like, okay, with your digital and hybrid product, what exactly are we offering people? Is it just personal training? Is it personal training for people who have specific problems?
Correct.
Break down the product and the kinds of people we're helping.
Correct. So my niche right now that I'm working with in person is very broad. It's people that, and this is specifically in person before I even get to the online component, yeah? Mm-hmm. So in person, my ability to help people is very broad. I have people all the way from the ages of 14 going up until the ages of 85. It's people that want hyper-tailored and comprehensive support that includes rehabilitation, getting pain-free, lifestyle integration, and getting stronger and living healthier. So that includes a lot of different elements. This for me includes referrals, so this is why I call my in-person offer an integrative health coach.
So you said people with pain, that's primarily the people you're trying to help?
So that's the people that I have been helping. It's people that have been in pain that want to exercise and want to live a healthier life, but just have no way of accomplishing that. So somehow, some way, my population has become people wanting to get out of pain, essentially, from being able to help the amount of people that I've been able to help. But the online coaching offers are not going to be that, because in the online space, it's very difficult to try to find a system and a tailored way to help someone when they're in pain. So instead, the online offer has kind of changed to specifically niching down to men 30 and over, high performers 30 and over, entrepreneurs 30 and over, looking for pain-free performance and longevity. So pain-free performance and longevity means almost like a functional training program that puts their joints and the health of their body in mind, and not just personal training, lifestyle and accountability management as well. So these might be the people that have signed up for Barry's Bootcamp in the past, Orange Theory in the class in the past, but it's not working for them because it constantly hurts their body and it's not sustainable for them. So they want someone to manage them, program for them, and give them a sustainable system with some sort of pain-free knowledge in mind. Mobility work, stability work, and all of that integrated almost into the strength training.
What age group you said?
Men 30 and over, or 35 and over.
Men 35 and over. And you said high
performers, entrepreneurs.
Let's see. People with pain.
People that are dealing with pain that I would say is more managed. No one's doing this to get out of pain. People are doing this because they want to train either in the presence of slight discomforts. Discomforts would be a better approach. So pain-free training solution, essentially.
I like that. Pain-free training. That's nice. That sounds great. Is money. Okay.
Or pain-free performance would be another way, possibly.
Okay. So what I'm going to say, listen to everything so far. I think that there's two things we need to nail down first. The first thing is going to be the customer, the ideal customer, and then number two is going to be the product and offer. And then number three, right, the positioning. This is the most important part right now. So let's start with the ideal customer. Actually, let's start with the offer.
Cool.
Actually, let's start with the ideal customer.
Cool.
No, we're going to do the offer. I'm sorry. So one thing that you are saying right now is you're trying to do way too much all at once. Like what you're saying to me is like a 12 to 24 month, maybe even a 36 month outcome to be able to introduce a hybrid one-on-one offer, an online one-on-one online coaching, to have I'm going to call it a low ticket course. Each of those are probably going to take like 3 to 6 months to like fully build out, create content, and really like hone in on. The best way to start is to go after high ticket and go after the high income earners, because you can dedicate the most focus and energy towards them and get properly compensated for your time. So we need to define right now if we want to. I would leave this for now. I wouldn't do this right now, because I would argue this is going to take the most amount of time for you, which is the online training, and it's going to earn you the least amount, because you have to create so much content of like educational content, course material, and so on, and you're only going to get people paying you $50-$60 a month. Whereas like one-on-one coaching, you could earn $1,500, $2,000 a month from the right entrepreneurs, and that's going to be something that is going to take maybe a few hours out of your month. And to get one high performance customer, it's the equivalent of 40 people at $50 a month. I think that's the math. 10 is 500. Yeah, 40 people compared to one person. Now it's way easier to sell one person on a high ticket offer than it is to sell 40 people at $50 at a low ticket. And also, it's going to take more out of you, and it's going to take more time, more energy to fulfill that, rather than this one-on-one. And also having that one-on-one connection with people, you'll be able to real time refine your product and offering and learn exactly what is important to your ideal customer, what people care about, what really helps them, and so on. So I would have us talk about this right now. If we want to do like online, build out online coaching right now of one-on-one or the hybrid one-on-one.
Okay.
I'd love to hear what you think.
So I think the way that right now I have visualized the way this would go, and the way, at least through this mentorship program that we've gone through, and I'll express it and you tell me if there's any gaps in my thought process. Offloading the people that I'm seeing one-on-one by offering them a hybrid would immediately free up my time for virtually close to the same income. Yeah, it's just they're going to be getting a lot more from a hybrid setting than they are from the in-person. Only thing that's going to change is, let's say, instead of seeing me once a month or once a week, and let's say paying me $1,000 a month, let's say. So one time per week, that's $1,000 a month. Yeah. They might be able to get $1,000 a month here, 1,000 per month. Have once a month meeting, but also they might get 3 times a week of training.
When you say 3 times a week of training,
They get a program from me that asks them to go to the gym and get 3 days of training.
okay, but they're not seeing you in person.
They're
for
only
that.
seeing me once a month.
Okay. Okay.
Right? Once a month, or maybe even, let's say, 1 or 2 times.
Okay.
So instead of seeing me once a week and paying me $1,000, they're seeing me once every 2 weeks, and they're getting an extra 3 days of training through an app, and it's virtually the same cost amount, right? So like this opens up my time, and it gives them a hybrid approach, where otherwise they wouldn't be able to get the hybrid approach because they would only see me in person and be locked up to whatever I give them in person, right? So more training sessions, less meeting with me, more value at the end of the day, unless they're valuing the time they spend with me, which at that point, that should be a higher ticket offer.
Which I personally feel like a lot of the value is having that one-on-one time with you in person.
Which is why this has grown so fast.
Yes.
Right?
Correct.
So this is going to be almost like, I don't know, maybe 10 to 15, 10% or 15% of my clients might transition over to this.
Okay. Can I jump in?
Yeah.
That's why I think this is a waste of time, because all you're doing here is you're buying 2 hours out of the month back from 10% of your customers, because each session, let's say, is an hour. So you're dedicating 4 hours in person a month here. And over here, you're now dedicating 2 hours a month, because all that's changing is you're going from 1 a week to 1 every 2 weeks, but you're still earning the same amount of income. So if you're not increasing the bottom line of your business, and all you're doing, especially if you're only servicing 10% of your customers,
This might bring in new customers.
it might bring in new customers, but at the end of the day, it's not buying you back much of your time, and it's also something exploratory that you're going to have to prove out. And like I said, it's going to take the same amount of effort to prove this out as it is going to take to prove out the one-on-one coaching.
So here's the beauty, the other part that I wanted to mention. The programs that are going to be built for this offer are what's going to be utilized for this and utilized for this. So those programs are already going to be made. There's going to be almost like preset programs that I make, the foundational programs. The only difference is for this, you're only going to get those programs without any, communication with me. So those programs are already built. It's just something you go in, you pay, you get your low ticket. For this, those programs are already built, but you get me tailoring based off of my time I spend with you in person. And on this, you only get essentially the 3 30-minute Zoom calls with me. And again, it's the same programs, but I'm going to, again, tailor them for you. So really the only difference is the tailoring. But the content is going to be made once as far as the actual meat and bones of the program or the training system. That's going to get only built once. And that's going to get bled and bled.
So walk me through this now, the one-on-one coaching.
Cool. So the one-on-one coaching essentially is you're going into a 3-month minimum commitment. We have an app that essentially connects all your wearable data, which is going to be one of the requirements. I actually even have I could show you what that whole offer looks like. And the app is essentially the selling point, because the app is what I'm going to be able to communicate through you with. There's going to be a nutrition piece that's going to be scheduled for you. So you have custom AI-based meal plans that are all programmed through the app. You have a consultation with me, an initial consultation that allows me to go through any of your pain points, so I can put into the program like in a preset way. And every month you get new programming. So every month there's like a progressive program within that 3 months, right? So you have 24-hour access to me to communicate with through the app. You have a fully immersive app that every time you're doing your workouts, you actually log your workouts, your reps, your sets, and all that data populates into on my side, so I can see highly manageable KPIs over long periods of time. I can measure things like your resting heart rate improve. I can measure things like your strength gains improving and such. So it's literally working with me in person without my hands and my touch present there, training with you. You go to the gym, obviously, you have your own app on this side. You log into your app, all the data is already given to you through the app. So it's just a training protocol essentially, but a little bit more hands-on.
So it's personalized to you.
Personalized to you.
24 access to Alex.
3 Zoom calls per month.
To Alex.
Fresh programming. New programming every month.
New tailored program every month.
Wish I had my iPad.
Okay. Is that all?
That's essentially it.
What would you price that at?
That's going to be priced at $750 a month, but it's going to be a one-time buy-in. So it's $750 times 3. And that's
Why so cheap?
It's going to be my first time doing it.
Yeah. Is that the only reason why?
The market pretty much shows, or at least through the program, we found that anything between 500 and 1,000, 1,000 being like top end, but beneath the elite level of online coaches essentially. So as a test, we said we'd run it for $750 until we filled up 3 slots. And then after we filled up 3 slots, we would then increase the rate.
So you're telling me the one-on-one coaching costs less than the hybrid one-on-one, but you get more with the one-on-one coaching. The only difference is you get 2 sessions in person with the hybrid one-on-one.
So the hybrid one-on-one, you get less time with me in person, and you get virtually the same programming here. So it's the one-on-one time you're paying for that 1,000.
That's it. Yeah. The main difference is you get an extra 2 sessions with you in person.
Correct.
Okay.
But you don't get the Zoom and all that stuff, the 30-minute Zoom.
And you don't get the 24-hour access.
You have access to me to communicate with if you're in my coaching program.
So you get a personalized plan with the hybrid one-on-one. You get
one in person. And in my in-person time.
Yes, in-person time, 24-hour access to Alex, and a tailored program every month, right?
Correct.
So this is pretty much the same offering, but you're just giving your time to people. So the one-on-one coaching is way more scalable because you save...
The online coaching?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you save your 2 hours a month with every... customer.
Correct.
So
the only downside to this was it's my first time doing this, so it's a brand new offer.
But that's completely fine. This is a brand new offer too. Hybrid one-on-one, you haven't really done that before, right?
I kind of have, I haven't done it through a fully immersive application.
Okay.
So I've done it by kind of taking videos for people and providing them things to do at home, but not in a constant check-in basis.
Okay, so it's still something new and fresh to you. But the reason why I don't like this is because, again, you're selling your time and you only have so much time in your day. And I guarantee you, if you allocate that time towards other things like learning more, content creation, and so on, you're going to get more value out of your time.
Gotcha.
So we need to kind of get ourselves outside of the business as much as possible right now, so you can think very high level and start to make decisions that are going to move the business much quicker and provide higher leverage. So thinking from that perspective is why I'm so about the one-on-one coaching. And another thing I'll push back to you is $750 a month is way too cheap. We need to increase the price because it goes back to one of the first questions I was going to ask. which is who is the ideal avatar. And you told me, you said something very powerful. You said that right now the customers are 18 to 75. It's a really broad range, and you're trying to help everyone. So the thing is that the more dialed in you get to the ideal customer, the more you can charge, because it's more customized to them. You're speaking directly to them. You're solving a specific problem. So that's why when you said, okay, I want to shift it to men who are 35 and over, high performers and entrepreneurs. Great. I love that avatar. I would strip it back a little bit more. I would maybe even say men who are 35 years and older. I mean, you could say high performers. I really like entrepreneurs because I mean, the most business owners have a lot more disposable income and can invest more into this. So we can tailor down the wording and copy a little bit later on. But now we know, okay, we're only tailoring to men who are 35 and older who have, let's put an ideal income target for them. Let's say someone who's making 200, 300K a year.
Yeah.
Let's say 30 grand a month.
Sure.
Okay. So ideal income, right? If you can write somewhere here, ideal income, 30K a month. Okay. So now as we're really dialing in on the kinds of people we're helping, this is going to help a lot too, because it allows you to understand exactly what kind of content to make, what kind of language to use, copy to use, what kind of pain points you're solving. So now that you're focusing on entrepreneurs, it's like, look, for high earning entrepreneurs, I know that your time is extremely limited. You have a very busy schedule. You're probably stressed out with work. You probably have a lot of body pain.
Correct.
You either don't have the time to train, or you also have a lot of pain that you can't really train and push yourself.
Or you burn out too quick because you
burn out too quick. And you are the high performance coach that works with entrepreneurs one-on-one and make sure that they train in a sustainable way while making it pain-free. You're more than a trainer. You're someone who's catering to this group of people, but also making sure that anyone who has pain can properly train. I have a friend, my cousin Michael actually, he hasn't been able to work out for the last 4 months because he's had jaw pain, which goes down his neck and his shoulder, and he can't lift. Anytime he goes and lifts in the gym, he completely strains his lats and is out for weeks, if not months, with horrible pain.
And that's my in-person avatar right there.
Yes, and with him, he's depressed because he's depressed because he can't work out properly and improve his lifestyle. Now, if I told him, look, while you're improving with physical therapy and so on, there's a high performance training coach who will be able to work around your pain so you could work out sooner.
Correct.
He would pay anything for that. So understanding our ideal customer and being able to tailor towards their problem, which is pain-free training.
Yep.
Alex provides pain-free training to entrepreneurs over the age of 35 years old.
Can I show you the lead magnet that I've already created for this?
Yes.
So this is essentially what's already made for men over 30 who want pain-free performance, peak energy, longevity, from burnout and pain to peak performance. These are actual, obviously, testimonials or people that I've worked with. Mobility gains, posture gains, strength gains, right? Mm-hmm. And then a little story about me, why you're listening to me, essentially, who I am, my achievements as far as academics go, my system that I use the Reset, Correct, Strengthen system, essentially, something that I use with everyone. Nutrition, recovery, optimization, lifestyle, and accountability system. And then we go into the actual teaching you about the system that I use, my training method itself. And then giving you a little testimonial and how I've been able to help, let's say, this person increase muscle mass, decrease body fat while getting him out of pain.
Amazing. This is perfect. This is exactly what we're talking about. the thing to making this work is getting extremely clear on who you're serving and how you're serving them.
Cool.
You know, it's pain-free training. That is the key. That is the lead. That the hook. It's for people who have pain, but it's more specific, high performers and entrepreneurs who have pain. So every decision you make needs to go back to providing value to those people and making those people's lives better. So let's say now that you're gonna think of creating content, it's like, okay, what are the pains that these people deal with that I see the most? Sciatica, having an imbalanced walk, neck pain, so on, and creating content that's very specific to your avatar. So having that understanding is going to make you think differently about the entire business. And the more and more you serve that specific niche of people, the more you're going to be able to charge them. So by being able to refine this right now, having our problem we're solving and our ideal customer, we're going to be able to increase that price. So going back to what I was saying, $750 is way too cheap.
Up to 1,000
No, even more than that.
a month.
More. It's a 3-month program. The 300,000 a month, let's say.
Because the reality is, in 3 months, I can possibly only attack one goal, right? But you're going to want to continue to train.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily a 3-month program. It's a 3-month commitment.
I understand.
To a lifespan of possibly 12 months, 16
I understand.
months.
I know people, high-performing entrepreneurs right now who are spending $2,000 a month on just personal training. It's in person, obviously, but it's not for pain-free training. It's just
Muscle
the cookie cutter personal training, going in person and working out. They pay $100 to $150 a session. They're doing 5 sessions a week. That's $2,000 a month. I would recommend pricing this similar to that, $2,000 to $3,000 a month. So that would be a $6,000 to $9,000 commitment for 3 months. $2,000 a month over 24 months is $24,000. If I come to you, Alex, you're making $500K a year, but your body is, you're a slob. You look like shit, you feel like shit, and you can't improve your body because you're in so much pain. And I told you that, look, for $2,000 a month, you're gonna be able to overcome all those issues. Either you're someone who's in the mindset of really improving their life and health, or you're not. But the people who are serious about improving their health understand the value of their health. And in this life, there is nothing more valuable than health. There's a good saying that a sick person wants one thing and the average person wants 10,000 things. Anyone who is in pain and is trying to improve their lives, their number one thing is going to be bettering themselves and their health. Because when you do that, you can focus more on business, more on making money, more on improving your lifestyle, your relationships with your family, your stress, your sleep, your friendships, all of that. Health is the root cause of everything. So you can't put a price on that, but we will put a price on it. And I think $2,000 is the bare minimum you should be charging.
So my question then goes to this. If my in-person current rates are, and this is for new incoming clients, this is not considering clients that have been with me for 4 or 5 years. Yeah, they're going to be at a lesser rate than this. But for the clients that are working with me right now, for let's say twice a week, or anywhere, let's say between $1,400 to $2,000 a month, twice a week. That's 8 sessions a month. So $2,000 of seeing me twice a week, essentially, is the rate that we want to use per se as an opener for something that they're going to be again for a month, but possibly still getting 2 to 3 sessions programmed for me, plus all the other system, let's say nutrition and tracking their wearable device, helping them with their lifestyle. We're going for that price. So the same 2% in-person rate is going to be the online coaching monthly rate.
Yeah.
So what happens to that one time a weeker? seeing me in person?
Keep that the way it is right now, and let's focus on building this out, because there's so much work that's going to come with this. We're going to need to create content. We're going to need to create ads. We're going to need to create a landing page, a funnel. We're going to have to understand our copy. There's a lot of things that we're going to need to build out to do this. And unless you feel like this is like fully like stressing you out and maxing you out and you can't do anything else because you're doing this right now, then that's a different conversation. But if you can do this for 2 to 3 more months while we build this out and prove it out, then I would keep it for the next couple months while we build this out. And that this income supplements this in the next 2 to 3 months. And then you get to a place where you can start to taper this off.
Okay.
But you have to be confident in the value you're providing and the pricing, because at the end of the day, that's what you're going to be selling. And let's do something right now. Write down, actually tell me the exact specifics of what that one-on-one person is going to get. You said...
Here, let me open up. I have that sheet.
You want to write it?
I actually have a sheet that's already kind of ready with that information here. So
and I'm not erasing this because it's so incredibly important to really obsess over this in the beginning. You need to understand the avatar that you're building your entire business around and who you're serving, and also your product and offering. I would say that's at least 50% with starting off. So I'm going to leave this here for now to make it stick.
Actually, when I get on my call with the consultations, what you're getting training, customized strength and training, customized cardio routines, detailed exercise videos, analytics, new protocols every 4 weeks, multi-phase training system, lifestyle and recovery coaching. And essentially the detailed exercise videos, I'm currently recording a 250 exercise library, myself, where I'm the guy in the videos. It's my coaching, it's my cues. That's the first thing that's been being worked on. I've already gone through about 90 videos. There's still way more to go. This is what's been throwing me back. I can't use videos that are already pre-made because it doesn't fall along the lines of the pain-free system. I think my personal cueing in person is what's being pulled into these videos.
Give me what you need to launch this tomorrow. If you were to launch it tomorrow, what do you need? You said having the 250 exercises.
That's a rough number, right? I have to create more exercise library videos. I'm assuming it's going to be near the 200 to 250 mark. The detail in the exercise library is the actual offer itself. When you have someone cueing you through every little detail to do an exercise properly, you get the value of working with me in person. Those little touch points that I make in person, the only way I can translate that to an online coaching system is if I actually record those videos. And I could show you some examples of those.
That's fine. What else do you need?
Get a video editor to edit those videos. Upload those videos to YouTube or Vimeo, whoever's going to host the actual library itself. Create the programs on the software.
Which programs?
Programs like the training programs, like the phases of training programs. So every 3 months is a different phase of training. I have to create multiple different programs for different purposes, right? Strength gain, muscle building, weight loss. All those are going to be their own separate program where those videos are going to be plugged in.
Is that all?
And then setting up the actual app with all the programs. I don't know if that's already in there.
Anything else?
I'd say at the moment coming to mind, no.
Okay, I'm gonna throw a huge curveball at you right now, but I need you to be open-minded to it. Okay? All right, 200 detailed exercises. You said you've done 90 so far. How long did it take you to do those 90?
It took me about a month.
A month,
But that's about 5, averaging, let's say, 5 videos every time I was shooting.
Okay, and then you need to find an editor to edit that content, which is going to take another month.
Simple editing, because it's just literally
Yeah, but 200 videos, I'm sure they're not short
3-minute
videos.
3 minute.
Okay, let's say a month. Let's give it a month. Uploading the library, okay, you could do that maybe in a few days. Create training programs on software. How long is that going to take you?
If I were to create the programs now and then just plug in the video URLs to the actual exercises, that'll probably take me close to a week.
Okay, another week. Setting up the app, how long would that take?
App is roughly almost already set, so that would be,
So this would take 2 months minimum.
that's actually the exact goal. It's
Okay.
mid-January to launch this.
That's the goal.
New
Great.
Year's.
2 months.
That's if everything goes well with me
It
continuing
never
to
goes
record.
well, so we're gonna write 3 months. I can guarantee that almost. So doing all of this. Now, what if I told you this? You could launch this without all of this and build it on the fly as it goes. Let's say we launch this offer tomorrow with the landing page and so on. We create a few video ads based off a script that I give you, and we start running ads to that and start getting people to apply with you by the end of the week. Could launch this whole funnel, everything within 5 days, and within a week to 2 weeks, maybe even sooner, you get your first customer, and then based off that customer,
Make your videos.
make your videos, make the app based off that specific person. Because right now you're assuming that all of this is needed for your ideal customer, but why not get paid to build it? This the first deal will prove the offer, will prove your language, your product, your everything, and then as that customer comes in, you can start to build it. So it goes back to the conversation we were having off the call of like, okay, once you have an idea, how quickly do you execute it? Right now, everything you've been telling me, we've been talking about it since a year ago when we went on that float therapy. So it's taken a year and it's going to take another 3 months, let's say 18 months. I want to, and I know it's kind of hard to visualize this, but I could break it down where we could have this launched in a week. And I guarantee you within the first 30 days, you will have your first paying customer paying you $2,000 a month. But the difference now is you saved all this time and energy and you focused on selling the offer and getting your first customer. You're doing what every other entrepreneur does. You assume for the best case scenario and you try to over prepare for going to market. When someone is building a business, when I was launching my e-commerce company, my first one, I told myself I need everything. I need the perfect website, I need the perfect products, the perfect product photography, I need email campaigns done, I need SMS campaigns ready, I need content ready, I need ads ready, this, that. I told myself, fuck all of that. I launched with a couple key things that mattered. With Elitist, my second e-commerce business, I launched I'm not even exaggerating, I launched in 1 week with less than $1,000. All I focused on was the things that I needed the most, which is content for ads, the website, which I used a simple template from Shopify, product photography, which I got done through animation and After Effects and Photoshop within a few days for a few $100, and I literally just went to market. I posted the content, I ran ads to it, I got my first few customers, and then I started to build from there. And within the first 18 months, I took that business from $0 to over $4 million within 18 months. We were talking about this in 12 months ago. Still, we don't have a customer for it. In 12 months from now, this could be $1 million a year business easily. It just takes a shift in mindset and focusing on the things that are going to provide the results for you. So I want to strip it back. I want to make this extremely simple for you to be able to only focus on the things that are going to result in you getting a customer right now. We went from 4 offers down to 1. And now we're going to go from 3 months of work to 1 week of work to launch this and prove it out.
Okay.
And then based off of that, we continue to build based off your customers' needs, not what you think your customers are going to need. So
Wow.
you think that's something that can work?
Yeah. That statement, that last line was, I think, the big shift. Build off of what your customers need or not what you think your customers need.
Yeah. We tend to do that a lot.
Yeah, because for me, it's like get all the data, get all the information, get everything crystal clean. And then when the customer comes in, I just want to have everything ready and go plug and play. Here we go.
Yeah. But it's never that simple. And we're giving ourselves too much credit thinking we're smarter than we actually are. No one can predict the future, and no one can assume what is going to happen. It's like trying to time the market, investing in the market, saying, oh, this company is going to double in the next week. You can't assume that. You just have to be in the game and put in the reps to keep building to eventually win. So to win a championship, you're a basketball player. So now we're gonna go off my ideal launch checklist. Craft offer, which we kind of did today.
And you saw already what I have as far as the...
Which it makes everything 10 times simpler. Messaging and copy, which we kind of have.
And if I can add, the task that I was literally on that I have to submit this coming week is making a Loom video of me discussing this offer. Essentially, the lead magnet is me on the bottom communicating through it. So like that was the next step for me.
Yeah.
So you're saying essentially do that and then launch the funnels.
Yes. That is basically kind of like a VSL. Do you know what a VSL is? It's a video sales letter, and that's something you could put on the landing page.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would use, we could test it as an ad, but there are a few like very specific ad scripts that I would give you to launch this offer with that like follows a format that I know works 99% of the time, getting leads through the door right away. So the next thing will be shoot video ads.
If you don't mind, can we also cross-reference with what is already currently essentially in my assignment in this program as well, and see what we can cross-reference from there? If there's anything that you're saying that also is there as well.
Do you mean in terms of like the copy?
Yeah. Well, the mentorship program essentially has the funnels and everything set up for me, right? So we can cross-reference and see what funnels they have prepared. This software that I'm going to be using already has a page, a landing page, and a funnels page already built into it.
Okay.
If we can look at that as well and see if that's usable.
For sure.
Or is there a different system I should be working
on? A system that I can give you that can launch in 24 hours that I know will guaranteed work. We could look at what you have and you can decide which one you want to go with.
Okay.
But I mean, I've built dozens of landing pages and drove thousands and thousands of leads for different business types. So I have a really good idea of what works and I could give it to you, but we could go based off of that too.
Just want to see, for my own knowledge, I want to see if there's similarity there even.
I'm sure there's going to be a lot of similarities.
Cool.
So craft offer, messaging and copy, landing page, VSL, ad scripts, shoot video ads. This is basically, we did that today. We'll do, half of that is done today. We'll just improve that later. This will take, let's say 48 hours. This will take a few hours. This will take, we can do it in one day, could do this in one day. Like I said, within a week this can be launched. And then calendar, sales, script. So people are going to be applying to work with you. You're going to jump on a call with these people. They're going to book time in your calendar and you're going to talk to them, understand their pain points, educate them on what you do and how you do it, and then tell them to work with you and collect their payment. That's going to be a 30-minute call. I could give you a script that you can follow for that, a rough script in terms of like the kind of questions to ask to like qualify people. But for the most part, it can also be something that's very free flowing that you already do that one-on-one when clients come in. It could just be another version of that based off like your own language and how you naturally flow with that. But yeah, this is all you need to launch. So kind of the shift we made was going from a very like
Complicated, get everything done first and then launch.
yes, and none of that talked about how you're going to get your first customer. We're in business to make money. So we need to focus our energy on getting customers, especially in the beginning. Because you could have built all that for the next 3 months
And still not getting customers.
exactly and saw wow, it did not work and I
Wasted
just
my
wasted
time.
all this energy and time, and you're going to go from this high mentally to this low, and you might not want to even do it again. Right now, we need to simplify that and just focus on getting revenue right now. Okay?
I mean, that's massive shift already.
Great. So Tom,
That's the reason why I haven't done this, bro. I've been in this program for how long now?
Yeah.
I've been in this program since June. I got into this program. And this whole time it's just been roadblock. Every time I hop on a call with this guy to do my mentorship meeting, I'm like, dude, I don't have time to do any of this stuff. Well, you could just use everything that's already in the app. No, man, I got to make my own videos. All right, well, this is what I suggest, man. Just, get the momentum going,
Yeah.
get the momentum going. But we
Yeah.
couldn't get to this point because I
Yeah.
don't feel like we were spending enough time to get to this point.
yeah.
I think this was, you kind of broke a bubble for me.
Yeah. The people who win in business are the ones who can validate ideas the quickest. So it's like if you want to introduce an offer, you need to be able to go.
We
to
don't even know if
market
this
very
offer is going to
quickly.
work.
We don't. I guarantee you it's going to work because we're going to make it work.
Sure.
Because there's dozens, if not hundreds of other coaches that
Or
make
doing
this
it,
work.
that are not qualified.
Exactly. So if they can do it, you can do it. So the game becomes obsessing over making this work rather than trying to figure out what we want to make work.
Understood.
We got to commit to this. We got to have conviction in it and give it our all.
Understood.
And if we do that, every day we'll improve and get closer to getting that first customer. And once you get that first customer, you could get your next 10. From the next 10, you could get your first 100 and just keep building.
And
If
at that
you-
point, the systems are getting better.
Yeah, because if you can sell it once, you can sell it 100 times and you just keep improving that system.
Correct.
Then it becomes a numbers game. We need more leads, we need more customers, we need a higher
More
conversion
coaches.
rate, we need more coaches, we need more time, we need whatever. And it becomes, now these are the real problems you need to solve in business to be able to make the kind of income you want to be making. So my question to you is, how much do you want to make, Alex?
I'm so not that thinker to think in that way.
Well, you're going to think it right now.
Yeah, I
you
mean,
have to.
Let's put it this way, man. When I first started coaching, I did not put a number to it. I exceeded the number I thought I was going to make as a coach.
Great.
But that's still not a number that can sustain the lifestyle and the impact that I want to make.
Exactly.
And so I don't know what that number looks like.
It's okay. We can talk through it right now. Me and Arthur went to Joshua Tree last week with one goal: to think bigger. Think as big as you can, because to be able to buy back your time, do all of these things, hire more people, invest more into your education, invest more in your customers, introduce new products, improve your product, etc., you're going to need revenue. So don't just think what's my ideal lifestyle and building around that number. Account for
Teams.
building a business
Payroll.
and a team. Exactly. So
I mean, dude, the kind of coaching system that I would want to build, I'll guarantee to have a couple coaches on there that are going to be at least having to earn 120, 150,000 a year already in itself. Shit, if there's a CEO running this thing, or if there's like an actual systemizer, like that's going to be another $200,000 a year salary at the very, very least as a starting income. That's already what monthly we're at $50K just based off of that.
yep. You got a wife now.
I got a wife now.
I'm sure you want kids.
I would love kids. I would love to travel because that's something I haven't done whatsoever.
Oh man. Once you travel, everything in your mind is gonna shift.
Well,
and your
that
whole
was the main purpose
perspective.
of going online, bro.
Yeah.
The main purpose for me going online was I want to be able to coach from anywhere in the world. If I want to take my family and go out on a vacation, I can. Right now, let me be very frank and very honest, bro. My back injury put me out of work for 3 months. I almost went bankrupt, not working for 3 months, and I had a wedding to pay for on top of it. And I did it. And I did it.
Because that's what you do.
100%. And I got out of it. And now I'm working, but I feel like I'm backtracking, trying to pay off all that debt, let's say, and all of that jazz, right?
Yeah.
So it's like that has already crammed me in. I do not want to put myself through that ever again because it showed me that one health scare can literally take away my income overnight.
It could break your whole system.
I walked in there and I did one evaluation for a potential client that I was going to start with in 2 months while I couldn't stand on my fucking 2 feet. So I can close that. I closed it, and that income literally paid for my expenses for that month.
That's crazy.
So it made that happen. But now, like, I'm realizing like 20K is not enough, 30K is not enough, 40K a month is not enough, 50K a month is not enough for that kind of impact.
Yeah. So let's say today, not assuming bringing on more coaches, bringing on any other staff. Today, you yourself, how many clients do you think you can serve with this one-on-one coaching?
With this online coaching system, with 3 Zoom calls a month, I want to say right now added 10 to 15.
15. That's a good number. So 15, 2,000 a month. We're going to put the income from this offer of 30,000 a month. That's the goal. 30,000 a month. Once we get there, we break the system and we figure out what the next bottleneck is and move off of there. So the goal is to get to 30K a month. You get 30K a month, you buy back your time, you get more freedom, and you're starting to build your ideal lifestyle.
That replaces my in-person income.
Perfect. And now you can dedicate more time and energy into having this grow. Because this is something that can grow into 6 figures a month. Your one-on-one in-person coaching can never do that.
It can't go any much higher than this, really.
Yeah. So that's a serious problem.
That is the problem.
So this is why this is a great number to start at. All you need is 15 people and you hit that. And not just that, these are people that are going to be paying you every month. Every month. And not just that, it's people who have high income. The people who have high income are serious about their investment. They usually are easy to work with because they require less attention. Because the people, what I've learned in business is the more poor people tend to ask for more, the highest earners tend to ask for less. So this is really going to build towards your ideal lifestyle. And when I asked you in the beginning, what's your ideal lifestyle? I was looking for things like that. I want to travel. I want to have the freedom. I want to have time to build a family. I want to have this. I want to have that. All of that goes into being able to build your ideal business. So that's why I asked that. It's bigger than just business. It's about you because you are the business.
Correct.
So we need to build around you to lift you up and highlight your strengths and just have you focus on the things that you're best at. And when we do that, your income becomes infinite. Okay?
Cool.
So that's the goal. Launch checklist. We're going to say we're going to launch this by the end of next week, by Sunday. You think doable?
I think doable.
By Sunday.
Offer? Yeah.
The thing that's going to be the most is shooting the videos, which will be very simple. We'll make it simple. Bottlenecks. The bottlenecks went back to everything you were saying that I X'd out. 100 more training videos. And I don't even remember what I was on the list. I don't even want to think about it. We removed all the bottlenecks. And we're going to go to the market quicker. And we know where we're headed. We know who we're going to sell to. And we know how much we're going to charge.
And we have the backing of my current testimonials and everything already in place.
I love that. I can't believe I forgot testimonials.
We already have the testimonials. We already have the people we've impacted. We already have video testimonials even. They're all for in-person training. I don't know if that makes a big difference.
No, it doesn't. Because all people want to know is, can I trust you, Alex?
100%.
Can you deliver on what the hell you're saying?
Yeah.
That's all they care about.
And we have a 3-year running wait list consistently. Like we have the validation. The product is already validated.
I know that. So we need to be able to showcase that to the people you're going to work with. That's it.
Okay. Wonderful.
And these are the only things I would be focused on right now.
What's the date today? 8th? 9th?
Great question. 9th.
launch. That's going to be
11,
I'm
16.
in Vegas this coming weekend.
Oh, great.
First vacation in a year.
I love that for you. I'll work while you're gone.
Thank you, Pat.
And maybe I'll fly out for a night.
I would love that. Launch, that's going to be the 15th?
16th.
11th, 16th. Maybe I'll take my videos there while I'm enjoying my time.
That's what better way to film.
I would say,
Yeah.
while you're enjoying your time, 100%. Take
That's
my
when
camera in the freaking room.
That is how the best product comes out. Just having fun, living life, and just spreading that energy.
Okay. Which means we have a Thanksgiving Black Friday offer coming up. Mm-hmm. Which means we have a Christmas offer, we have a New Year's offer.
What I would challenge you with a Black Friday offer is trying to convert just one of your current clients to
Online coaching.
the online coaching. Again, just to get confident with selling it and to prove it out.
Which means not see them in person?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or go hybrid.
Yeah.
Go
Whatever.
hybrid even. Because
Sure.
even that's still going to be online.
Sure. All you got to tell your customers is, brother, I can't see you 4 times a week. I'm going to have to see you 4 times a month. I'm going to have to see you 2 times a month. And brother, I have so much demand, I need to increase my prices. So this is what it is. And call me crazy, but for your current book of business, I would increase your prices a little bit.
I've just started increasing.
Great. Increase it and use this as leverage.
How often can I increase rates? Do you think that's not?
I think once a year.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, that's why make this increase meaningful.
But I've only made small increases, meaning I haven't done big jumps.
You got to make a big jump. We're moving, bro. We're moving. We don't got time to waste.
Okay.
We're having kids soon. We don't got time to make small jumps. We got to make meaningful jumps.
Yeah, 100%.
Everything you think about now, I want you to think bigger and think smarter. Conserve my energy and get more value out of my time.
Obviously, I just increased a few people's. I can't increase theirs now. And I've done this, by the way, to the point where and I realized this as a young and naive business owner, there was a point I had close to 60 people on a waiting list, and I lost close to 90% of them, 80% of them.
Brother, that 60-person waiting list is money in the bank.
Was.
Yeah, what you do is you're not willing to pay my new rate, current client, I have someone else who will pay it.
And I just didn't do that because these were people that were with me for 2 years, 3 years that I hadn't built a relationship with. I valued the person more than I valued the money.
Sure, but you got to value yourself too. You got to come first.
Yeah.
So with anyone who drops out, you have a wait list to fill that. So if you see that you do lose a meaningful amount of clients, which I doubt, but if you do, we work on building that wait list up again.
Another thing I was thinking is for me to increase these in-person rates, I want to provide them some sort of new value. Perhaps it's the ability to also have access to this online software.
Sure.
Where they could get exercises loaded to them or all
Sure.
that kind of stuff. Like almost implement that in for them as well.
I would say introduce that later on once we launch this and get people through the door.
Okay.
Let's focus all our energy on this. Anything else is a distraction.
Understood.
All energy needs to go onto launching this and selling this. That's it. And anytime someone tells me they have a wait list, it makes me lose my mind.
For fucking 3, 4 years.
That it makes me lose my mind. When someone, we know someone else who does weddings, and he tells me as a wait list, it makes me lose my mind. Because A, that means you're not charging enough. And B, that means you're not servicing enough either. There's more business on the table that your competition is going to take from you. They're going to eat your business. So you need to figure out that bottleneck of how to get those people from a wait list to paying you. Because if they're not paying you, they're paying someone else. So we'll solve this problem. But for now, let's focus on increasing the pricing. What are you thinking of increasing it by? Because I feel like you could use some help there.
So I have at my lowest currently, because I've made the increases that I've made, is 150 an hour. That's my lowest point. And some people just got increased to that price point because they were at 100 from God knows how long ago.
Okay, so are all your clients going to the 150?
No. I have clients right now that are coming in that are above 200.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's clients that have been with me for years.
Okay.
And I can get a specific percentage. So let's do this.
Yeah, that would help.
How many percent of current? Okay. And then 175 per hour, question mark, percentage, question mark. And then there's people at 200 per hour, and this is as of recent. And 200 plus.
Your pricing is way too complicated. There's too much going on.
It was complicated because it was like, I absolutely know this, and this is the part that I lacked. I was so focused on the people, bro, that anytime I would just have no more room, I would raise the pricing on someone new coming in. And then again, I would raise the pricing again on someone new coming in to compensate almost for the lack of...
Work on getting the one price for everyone across the board. And whatever...
All old clients come in at this price, or all old clients move up to this price, no matter
Yes.
where they are.
Correct.
All new clients are at this price.
That's it. This is your one price. That's it. 200 an hour. You want it, take it. You don't,
For
that's
old
fine.
clients, essentially.
Everyone. Why should I, coming in new, be treated differently than someone? I get it. They've been with you for
But
so
right now,
long.
I have clients that are paying $250 an hour, $240 an hour, $230 an hour.
Great, keep them there. But have the people who are paying you less pay you more. And this, if I want this to increase your revenue by, if you can increase your revenue by 50% with this one move, overnight, you won. So you're making 20K a month, you're about to go to 30K a month. Well, one decision, one move, that's it. So that should be your goal.
So essentially, whoever's here right now is going to immediately just jump up here.
Correct.
What I had done is whoever was here, I'd move them here.
Brother, if they're going to pay 175, they're going to pay 200. That changes nothing. But it changes everything. You simplify your pricing, you have the same price for everyone, and you make your business more predictable. Everything changes.
No, all very helpful.
Is it really helpful, or is it how?
It's helpful because, look, bro, my mind has pondered through almost every single idea we had. I have not dissected on paper every single idea we just had. And you immediately, as a voice of authority and someone who's accomplished all this already, you pretty much pinpointed and labeled every little thing that absolutely must happen in order for this to succeed, which leaves me no room for questioning. And that is the biggest value that I could have gotten.
While removing all the crap. Yeah, that was the goal.
Yeah.
And I can't put...
Those bottlenecks were killing me.
Yeah.
And people were telling me about, like, bro, that's a bottleneck, you got to forget about that. And my mind was like, no. But right now I believe that I know.
Good.
That has to
As long as you believe it now, because I can talk this shit all I want, but if you don't believe it, then it's useless.
Yeah.
You need to believe it.
At this point, in this current moment, I believe it, because I know I'll figure it out once I get my first client. Yeah. If I have the system ready for it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. And I want you to always remember that the most important thing about making this successful is knowing who you're talking to, who you're serving, what problem you're solving for them, and charging them what you're worth. Because the difference between getting someone paying you $2,000 a month and someone who's not is just about talking to the right person. That's all it comes down to. Because you can pitch this to me, and I can make only 10K a month. I'm not going to pay you 2K a month. That's 20% of my income. There's no way. So you're talking to the wrong person. Now let's say I'm making 50K a month. You talk to me, I can afford to buy this. Now take it a layer above, and I make 50K a month, but I also have a back problem that stops me from working. Now I value it even more. And those two things,
How do we find them?
ads, running ads. Number one, creating content that speaks directly to that person, which is going to bring in organic, but running ads is going to target the exact person that we want to target, which is an entrepreneur who has pain problems that stops them from working out. So they're into fitness, but they can't work out right now, but they have the income. So all the content that you're producing, anything that it does organically, great. What I use organic for is a direction of like, okay, this video performed better than this one. That means the messaging is good, the idea was good, the hook was good, whatever. And I take that and I run ads to it to serve it to the exact right person that I want to speak to and sell to. So I'm going to help you with the ads to make sure you're talking to the right people. That is undoubtedly the most important part. To make sure you're talking to the right person. Because if it's the wrong person, no matter if you have the perfect product, the perfect offer, the perfect everything, if they can't afford it, they can't buy it.
Yep.
Hitting that nail on the head is the most critical thing, talking to the right person. And the beautiful thing of ads as well is not only do you get to target those people, but you also get scale. So instead of booking one call a day organically, you can book 10, 20, 30, 50 calls. All you need to do is spend a little more on ads. So if you're spending $50 a day on ads, for example, $20 a day on ads, and you're booking one customer, you're getting one customer through the door, you just made $2,000. Let's say you made a profit of $1,000 at the end of the day, but you also have the second and third month paying you profit. Now you just spent $1,000 to get $6,000 of revenue. And now you can keep doing that. Spend another $1,000, get another customer. Spend another $1,000, get another customer, and keep stacking.
Those are dials and switches at this point.
Exactly. And the goal is to get the business to a place where it's all dials and switches.
Once you have the offer, of course.
Yeah, which we have. So.
And then make the videos based off of the
ideal avatar. Speak directly to them and solve their exact problems.
And the exercise library videos film for every client, essentially.
Say that again.
The exercise library videos, film them as the
as they
evaluations come in.
So let's say I just signed up as a client, I have sciatica, great. Film whatever 5 videos now that I need for sciatica. That's it. And then next person will come in, now I have neck pain, film 5 exercises for neck pain. Takes you 30 minutes now instead of you just spend 6 months trying to film all this content. Build as you grow. Build as you monetize. It's a lot more fun like that too. I promise you that.
Yeah, because you have the motivation that's there.
Of course.
I'm just thinking within my system of how I would do that as far as like, because the evaluation again has to be thorough. I think something that's important for me is I have to narrow down on the kinds of things I can't onboard onto the program, meaning the kind of client I can't. Someone has sciatica, they can't onboard onto this program. You know, that's not something that could happen. Someone has very active acute lower back pain, they can't.
So you know what we're going to do to solve that problem? On the landing page, we're going to ask a question. What is your pain that you're dealing with? If they say sciatica, whatever you can't help, you disqualify them and you don't talk to them. And then let's say they have
Can you send them any information whatsoever? Look for a practitioner around your area.
You could.
Provide some value.
You could definitely provide value for sure. It's a lead. Maybe one day they become a customer. So I would definitely say, hey, look, I'm not the right fit for you, but I will definitely direct you to the right direction. But the key is, again, every single call you take needs to be talking to the right person. So we're going to ask them questions. What's your income? What's your pain?
Is that something we can do on that thing? Like, what do you earn? Of course.
On the landing page, yes. What do you earn? Correct.
Isn't that a little push-offy?
Not at all. Because you charge a certain amount and you know you can't help people who don't make a certain amount. That's one of the most important questions. Understanding if someone can afford you. So if you don't know if they can afford you, getting on a call is probably going to,
So I would say pre-qualify.
Pre-qualify. Because I guarantee you more than half the people who jump on the call aren't going to be able to afford it if you're not pre-qualifying. So what did you do? You just wasted 50% of your time on taking sales calls that were never going to lead to anything. So again, it goes back to getting the right people on the call, and throughout the journey from the piece of content they watch you, to the landing page, to the questions they're asked, to the application, till the sales call, you make sure you're talking to the right person. And then selling them becomes infinitely easier. Beautiful. Before we do that,
Exactly. That was the last one. Way to go. Thank you, man.
I got you.